Good evening, sports fans. What's going on, y'all? It has been a while, my goodness. A couple of weeks, our apologies. Life has been very busy for us, but we still gotta make some time to get in our weekly show, even though it's not necessarily weekly at the moment. Working on it, y'all. So tonight, we got ourselves a bit of a show, but this one's gonna be pretty fun. We're excited for this one because it's a cool topic. It's perfect for a short show, and we are gonna have some interesting opinions that I really want to hear from some of you. So, with that said, I am joined here, as always, with my beautiful woman here, the lovely Cecilia. What's going on, babe?
Hi.
We are getting ready to get down for another episode here. You are officially tuned in live for the Sports Couple Perspective right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tonight's topic: why in the world are concessions so expensive at games? Babe, you've been to a few sporting events in your life. Mm-hmm. And you've noticed that, nachos and hot dogs are like 50 million times more expensive than you would buy them anywhere else.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Well, it's a question that is not necessarily the biggest question in the world. I'm not trying to find, E equals MC squared here, not trying to figure out a differential equation, but it's definitely a question that, I believe a lot of you already know, but I don't know. After watching a really cool video a little bit ago by, I believe, 5 Points, I gotta get you his handle from YouTube because I watch a lot of his videos. He is awesome. But yeah, from 5 Point Vids, yeah, it's interesting to think of why concessions are so dang expensive at sporting events. So, with that said, grab yourself a concession of your own. We will be right back at you in just a few moments. Once again, you're listening to the Sports Couples Perspective right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome, sports fans. Well, with that said, as I said a little bit ago, you are now tuned in live to the Sports Couples Perspective right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. By the way, big ups to Taryn in the chat room right now. He says, "Good evening, Larry and Cecilia. Have an amazing show. You came on just in time. I'm at halftime in the game I'm finishing for." So, Taryn's over there at work right now filming high school games. So, awesome stuff there. We had a great show earlier today, as a matter of fact, on the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, talking about a really cool game that I think everyone's excited for. I know Taryn said there's no playoffs this year. It sucks. CIF doesn't happen for football. I wonder if it's like that for all sports. Taryn, fill us in, please. But we do have St. John Bosco versus Mater Dei, two of the powerhouses in the country, just not that far apart from each other. One in, one is in, I believe, Cerritos area, Bellflower area, and of course the other in Santa Ana. And just a awesome job by both these teams to become the powerhouses they have come and become, and that'll be happening, I believe, either tonight or tomorrow, I believe what Taryn said. So great job earlier. And then of course earlier today, the State of Ohio sports, following the SoCal Supreme Sports Show with Taryn Rodriguez, we had the State of Ohio Sports with Andrew Hagenbaugh. Great show there, as always. And we will finish it up today. Yeah, Bellflower, but close enough. So yeah, we're right there. So, Taryn, man, thanks for tuning in and being a part of tonight's show. Like I said, tonight's show won't be very long, but it's going to be a good one. So, first and foremost, babe, I've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks. Our apologies to our beloved listeners, but we're back out of here tonight. So, babe, how has your day been?
It's been okay.
We are actually really excited for a couple of announcements. I just have to announce this on air because this is so exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, my beloved Cecilia has landed herself a job as a preschool teacher. That deserves the applause, babe. It really does. Excited?
Yeah, very.
This is going to be a lot of fun. We are ready to rock and roll. I landed me a job, another subbing job. So I got 2 jobs now. This wonderful woman right next to me, soon to be fiance, she landed herself an awesome job, and we're both working towards our career, and this is really cool for both of us. So so big ups, of course, to, I guess you could say, us. But we're really excited for this opportunity, and we're really excited to help make a difference in lives, so in young lives. So we're really excited for that. So with that said, why on God's green earth are concessions so freaking expensive at sporting events? So we're going to go ahead and refer here to a really cool YouTube channel. If you have not listened, I don't know how you haven't if you're a sports fan, but if just in case you haven't, 5 Point Vids. Once again, it's 5 Point Vids, FIVEPOINTS space VIDS. 5 Point Vids. He is awesome. He does a really good job with all of his videos, and this video was made 3 years ago. And the video is titled, "Why Does Food and Beer Cost So Much at NFL Stadiums?" Now, he has a lot of cool videos, a lot of different, like, ugliest stadiums and ugliest high school stadiums and all kinds of crazy stuff. He has some really cool stories. Well, not crazy, but he has a lot of really cool stuff. So big ups to him. Please make sure to go check him out on YouTube. The guy is awesome. Tons of great work. Trust me, you're going to like his videos. So, he had a video that we were going to do a show last week, but once again, I guess we got really caught up in all kinds of things, homework and all kinds of craziness. Getting our applications in and getting interviews done and all kinds of stuff. But last week we came across this video. I came across it, showed Cecilia, and we definitely want to make this a topic. So the question is, why does food and beer cost so much at NFL stadiums? But really, why do concessions cost so much? And it's kind of annoying to think that you're going to spend an arm and a leg at sporting events. So with that said, babe, you of course, an avid Dodgers fan, which is now why I'm a Dodgers fan, and I'm really excited for that. Of course, I rep all SoCal teams, Angels, Padres, literally all SoCal teams, just because, in any sport too, I gotta rep all the SoCal teams. So, and of course, I'm still a diehard Raiders fan, even though they're in Las Vegas, doesn't matter, still my team. But regardless, babe, you've been to a Dodger game or two in your life, and have you ever been to any other games besides Dodger games?
I'm sure I have. I've been to a Quakes game, I think. It was a Quakes.
But that's single A, baby. I'm talking about, like, professional.
No. I think it's just been Dodgers.
Okay. Well, regardless, though, Quakes games, single A is awesome, and I cannot wait till we can go back. I think in May is when they start, so we're really excited for that. And those prices aren't that crazy. They're actually pretty cool. But if you ever get a chance to go to a minor league game anywhere where you're where you're in your city as a minor league team, they're really, really, really cool. I think, of course, it gets more pricier the higher up, AA, AAA, but yeah, we got some really cool ones here on the IE that are single A. Really, really cool. So, single A advanced, I believe, but yeah, awesome stuff. So, babe, going to those Dodger games, did you ever wonder, even when you were a lot younger, going to those games with your family? Of course, I know you used to go with your mom and your sister, I'm sure your brother went. When you guys went, have you ever just thought, like, so expensive to eat here?
Not when I was younger. I mean, obviously, it was something I didn't have to worry about. But the older I got, yeah, just wondering why, the stuff that you can buy on a daily is a whole lot more at a stadium than going anywhere else.
It's literally nuts to think that, a couple hot dogs, a few beers, of course, Cecilia and I don't drink, but when I used to, I remember going with my good friend Alex, big ups my boy Alex Gaines. We went to a Padres game one time, and we got us 2 little Goose IPAs and 2 hot dogs. I went up, and he got the first round. I forgot what he got. He got us, but then I went up there and got it. I had $34 to my name that day. Dave, do you want to take a wild guess how much those 2 Goose IPAs and the dogs cost?
Like $40. Just kidding. I don't know.
Almost. I had $34 to my name. It came out to a whopping total of $33.
Mm.
I had $1 after that. I might have had 33. I don't know. I might have gone and broke. I just thought I had 34, I guess. But anyway, beautiful stadium, Petco Park. But, or beautiful park. But it just boggles my mind of how expensive everything really is at these games. And it's incredible to think that, they jack these prices up so much. So, do you remember, of course, I'm pretty sure, as you got older, did you ever buy yourself, like, from your own money, maybe? Like, did you ever buy anything from like, a Dodgers game and go, like, wow, I just spent a whole bunch of money on a hot dog?
Well, for the most part, I think I've been to one Dodger game where we sat, like, in an area where you did have to buy your own soda and hot dog. But at that time, too, I was still pretty young, so my dad bought it for us. But, for the most part, all the other times that I have gone to a Dodger game, I would sit in the pavilion area that was right behind right field, I think you would call it.
Third base.
Or third, yeah. No, not third base.
Or, I'm sorry, first base.
Yes, first base.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, with the price, that includes basically an all-you-can-eat.
Which is pretty cool.
So, the food was in with our ticket, basically. So, I never really knew the price of the food, I guess.
How do you remember how expensive those tickets were?
I think about 30, maybe 40.
That's a good. Wow, they're bringing people in. That's awesome. Terrence says here in the chat room, I think why food and drinks are expensive is because they want to increase profit. I think it's ridiculous, in my opinion. So I agree, Terrence. We'll talk about that in a few minutes and talk about what 5 Point Vids also says the reason why they're so expensive, at least for NFL teams. But it could be the same for baseball. I don't know. Please don't quote us on that. We're not saying that it's the same for all sports, but at least for NFL teams, 5 Point Vids brings out some things that I really that both of us want to discuss in a few minutes here. So, yeah. So isn't that crazy to think how expensive it is? And yeah, but that's really cool, Viv, that you guys ate for unlimited. That's really cool. Like you guys were, all you can eat. But going to games and just being like, wow, I can't believe we just spent that much money on things. So, I can't believe I spent so much money on food. I've never in my life spent more money in anywhere food other than a park or stadium. So, with that said, let's talk about the reason why. So, listening to 5 Point Vids, really informative video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
5 Point Vids has some cool points here, and he brought up some cool statistics here. That the average visit to an NFL game comes out to $443. Cecilia is a massive saver. This woman loves to put her money away. Don't get me wrong, so do I. But it's just, oh my gosh, expenses and everything is crazy. But she is such a dialed-in saver type of person. And I love her for that. I love her for many, many, many more reasons. But she really knows how to manage her money. And I mean, seriously, I need to take lessons from her. She's amazing at doing this. And just looking at this, babe, actually, I don't know if this is... I think a family, or I don't know, but the average trip, I don't know how many people this would be, about 4 people, but I think this is actually going to be a lot more in an NFL game, but maybe not for, there's like cheaper seats or whatever, and including parking and everything, but the average trip for an NFL game, I think that this would be about like maybe 2 people, maybe 3, if there's like a child, or maybe 4, but the average trip is $443. Off the bat, going to see a sports game, you have which is going to cost like $10 to. You have the ticket itself, the price $120, $130, $150, sometimes like $90, $70. I'm saying like pretty expensive. And then 5 Points says in his video that it's $20 to $20 to eat per person. I actually think it's maybe a little bit more than that. Just going for what 5 Points says though. $443, babe. Can you like wrap your head around that? Like you and me, of course, we're gonna go to games coming up and everything opens up. From COVID, hopefully, maybe this year, there'll definitely be social distancing, but, hopefully in the future when everything may get back to normal, maybe. But regardless, even when we have our children and we take them and everything, babe, can you wrap your head around $443 just to go watch a game and enjoy a couple of hot dogs or something like that for, I guess, just for a day?
No, that's crazy. I don't know if I would want to spend it. I like watching sports, but I don't know, I guess I would... Instead of paying that much, I think I'd rather just stay home with the game on the TV.
Alright, babe, we can make our own hot dogs. Mm-hmm. And we got a great seat. We got the bathroom is right there. You gotta wait in line.
Yeah.
But, yeah. This is pretty crazy. I completely agree that, it's a little ridiculous. So, 5 Point Vids also says here that Baseball is about $200 for the entire experience. Hockey, about $300, and basketball, about $300. Regardless, this comes down, as you mentioned, and very true, that it comes down to the amount of games. Of course, only 16 games, and now 17 total, because they added the extra game for the NFL, or to the NFL season, for, coming to season, starting new. But yeah, baseball, you have 162, in hockey and basketball, we have 82. So it's absolutely insane. So, all right, Terrence has got a dip, but have a great show. Good to have you back. Thank you, Taryn. Have a great rest of your game, brother. Enjoy, man. So, with that said, that's how expensive it is, according to 5 Point Vids here. It's just ridiculous. So, you got to think of that. And then on top of that, we're not even putting everything. Okay, so here we go. So, Cecilia and I and our 2 children, hypothetically, we got our family and everything. Hey, babe, what do you say we take the kids to a Dodger game today? Or what do you say we go to a Laker game? Or what do you say we go to a Ducks game? Or what do you say we go see the Raiders play? Guess what? We are going to spend, I would just have to say, I think the tickets would be probably like maybe 120 to 150 a piece for both Cecilia and I, and I'm not sure if it gets cheaper for children, but I'm probably sure it won't. We're looking at parking. We're looking at everything. I would honestly say that I think that was an average for 5 Point Vids says, but I think, like, especially for like the new stadium in Alliance Stadium in Legion. I'm an idiot for the Raiders. With that new stadium and everything, I think it would probably be closer. And he did say highest is around $600 round trip, like kind of for the Dallas Cowboys, and cheapest would be like the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is like $300 some dollars. The price, like on the average, I think the Raiders would probably be close, because it's a brand new stadium, probably about $600. So Cecilia, myself, and right now, just saying our hypothetical 2 children, we load up the kids and we head on over there. We got to look at, like I said, parking, food for all of us, the seats themselves. Water and everything. I'm sure that's not very cheap at games, but we're looking at like maybe $500 to $600.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we're leaving out, babe?
What?
Gas.
Mm-hmm.
We're leaving out things, so it's kind of ridiculous. It really is ridiculous to think that we're spending that much on going to a freaking game. So when it comes down to it, and then of course, what if okay? Now I got a good question for you.
What?
What about memorabilia? One of our children wants a jersey, and it costs $150.
I would never spend that much. I would just go on a day where they're giving out stuff. That's the memorabilia.
But mommy, I wanna.
Nope.
No.
No.
She's firm, but I'll tell you. This is crazy to think, like, don't get me wrong, jerseys, I mean, and like I said, $150, that's actually really cheap. I really, an adult jersey, probably about $300, and that's just buying it, like, online. So, at the stadiums, I'm sure it could be, like, anywhere between $300-$400 around there for a jersey, and then, but the kids ones, I'm pretty sure it could be, like, $200 around there, but online, I'm pretty sure we can find a little bit cheaper. But regardless, they could be the price of like an adult size. But if you think about it, that's just a lot. So overall, we have that old term pre-gaming it. I mean, how worth it is it to go eat before and after a game at a place and not spend on the food there?
I don't know. I mean, it would be hard because, you at least want to have, like, the experience a little and want to buy, a hot dog or something like that at the stadium, but at the same time, I think it'd be smart to eat before and make sure you're really full and that you know that you'll stay full throughout the whole entire game, and then after that, just go eat after. You're getting more for your money anyway.
No, it's very true, and, it sucks to think that, man, like, we're going to spend that much money on going to a dang game, enjoying it. Now, that point, Vids has a really interesting point, he said. And at least for NFL games, the TV deals actually cover the player's salary. But there's more that needs to be paid to the players. So owners do, they shift over the rest of it through concessions. They help make it up. Mm-hmm. And as he said, then you get an $8 hot dog. Or something like that, like in a sense. There's an issue there, isn't there?
Yeah.
it didn't sit well with me when I heard that, and I made sure to have Cecilia listen to it a few more times too, like how I was right now at the like right before we got on air. And I was just like, do you hear what I hear? Like, or am I tripping? Like, basically, like, what are the owners doing? Well, they're trying to save a buck and they're making epic sessions. These are your loyal fans. Your fans that buy memorabilia. Okay, they buy all of your, they buy jerseys, they buy hats, they buy stickers for their cars. Everything that they're getting a cut of, okay? They're getting all of this money. They're getting money for all of it and everything. At the end of the day, you're buying these expensive players, which of course is awesome. But babe, do you really think it's fair that they're jacking up the prices for people who, don't get me wrong, managing your money, it's and it's nice to splurge a little bit here and there and everything, but is it really fair to, let's say, the working middle class family that's trying really, really, really hard to, make ends meet, and maybe they're just kind of struggling a little bit, but they're like, we want to give our kids the experience. We want to go and experience a game. This is our team. We're going to go to like maybe one a year, two a year, but we're going to enjoy it. And we're going to spend, once again, on average, for at an NFL game, $300 hockey or baseball, at a hockey or basketball, and $200 on a baseball game. I mean, maybe a little bit more for baseball, but let's just say like you budget like $1,000 to go to maybe 2 NFL games or maybe 3 NBA or NHL, or maybe like, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, around there, maybe like 5 MLB games a year, and you're like, yeah, we can spend $1,000 on that. Is it really fair that these owners want to jack those prices up just to pay players when it's like, these people are really trying hard to make this happen, and like, money-wise, and they're just spending money. It's like, you can give them something better than that. Instead of being that expensive for like the freaking sessions, and everything's already so expensive, why do you have to make it so dang expensive? Why can't you owners just freaking pay these players what they're worth and eat it, and maybe allow the families back for like one more? Maybe they spent so much money on concessions that would have equaled enough to at least, make it be an extra ticket or two for the next time around. Maybe even 4 tickets. Like, or, I'm not saying, that's at least maybe 2 tickets, sorry for the free there. But do you get where I'm going with that, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that that's necessary, that these owners do that? Or do you think it's actually something, do you think it's horrible? Or do you think like, yeah, well, they gotta make their money somehow? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's horrible. They try to get every penny out of their fans. But, I mean, obviously, fans are willing to pay that much, I guess, to support and see their team play. I mean, I guess in the end it'll make it worth it, but I don't know. I don't see it as being fair. And the only reason why I'm sure the owners, make the concessions half the players pay is because they don't want to pay out of their pockets, per se.
Kind of messed up. I mean, don't get me wrong, owners aren't evil people, okay, they're not, but at the same time, it's like, you guys really, like, come on now, like, and that's just the average working class. What about people who are, and I know you're probably going to listen, the listeners here right now, some people are saying, well, they should be spending money on games, so they're trying to save money, and I get that, but, sometimes this is not easy for some people. Okay, some people just don't make a whole bunch of money, and they're trying really hard, maybe to have that experience every now and then. I mean, my goodness, you gotta live a little bit, you have to. So, and of course, what about the that makes a little bit more money, a little higher income, they're on the higher side of the class, maybe people who actually have good money. It's messed up because, like, basically saying, like, well, people who are rich then, only people who have lots of money can go and enjoy these, and that's not fair. So I just think, like, why not? Like, make it better, make it better. Make these concessions cheaper, and it's like, owners, freaking come on, like, you guys don't have to jack up the gosh dang prices for concessions like that. So overall, that's suggested today's show, but it's just really easy to think that that's how much money people are spending at games. It's ridiculous. So I don't really disagree that they got to make their money, but it's kind of ridiculous that they use that. Now, once again, this is NFL games, and that's I'm saying that based on 5.vids video. It is why does food and beer cost so much at NFL stadiums, and we're not saying it's the same thing for all sports, but regardless, I feel like that maybe there is a little bit for that for other sports. Maybe it's not all that they're trying to pay, but they pay for the players' salary, but it kind of seems like a good amount of that is going to the players as well. So it's not a bad thing because the players need to be paid, but at the same exact time, it's like, look, you're the owner, you're the one signing the checks here. You really need to, if you're going to buy all these players, we talked about it with Moneyball a few weeks ago. You can buy these players. I mean, of course, they're going to be the best players if you spend the most money. But it's like, if you're going to do it, then don't. I don't know. Do you think that the saying "don't bite the hand that feeds you" is relevant here, or is it not really relevant?
I don't think that's relevant.
Because it feels like it, though. The fans are the ones who feed the owners, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And they're turning around and freaking jacking up the prices. Really, babe? We're sitting there watching a Padres game, a Dodgers game, an Angels game, watching the Raiders, watching the Ducks, or, watching the Kings, watching somebody. We're enjoying ourselves, having a good time, watching the Galaxy. Any of the teams here in SoCal. And you want a water because your throat is dry. These are 3-hour games, okay? We're there 3 hours. Do you want a water because your throat is dry? And I go spend $5 on a bottle of water that doesn't even cost $1. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. So it kind of, I don't know. I don't feel like it's 100% relevant, but I feel like there's a little relevance to that because they are kind of biting the hand that feeds them because it's like, dang, guys, like, I'm over here like, wow, today I didn't break the bank. Goodness, I spent for my children, my wife and I, or just, Cecilia and I, it's like, I spent this much money today, and it's like, that's how you repay us by making a bottle of water freaking $5? It's just, so, I don't know, like, makes you kind of, sometimes you don't really want to go back. I'm pretty sure do you think there are some people that saw prices and they're like, I don't go to these no more? Do you think that, or no?
I'm sure, yes. They're probably thinking that better off just watching it on TV because they have all the food at home, or and it's watching it for free. So, well, not really, because you're paying for the cable, so never mind. But either way, it feels like it's free. So
I'll tell you what, babe, a DirecTV bill or whatever it is, $100 some, $200 around there, that gets you every game throughout the season, and you're only paying that per month, is probably a lot better than a $150, $170 ticket.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, it kind of bothers me that these are so dang high. So they're so up there. But yeah, so overall, babe, what do you think? We are now to the end of our show, a little short show tonight, but what do you think of this? Let us know. Give it to me. What do you think here? Are the owners wrong for this? And how do you fix this to make, you're the owner. You and me are the owner. Whatever it is, what would you personally do to make things a little bit easier and nicer for your fans, and where would the extra money come from?
That's kind of hard because I don't really understand an owner's finances over their team, but I would try to figure out a way as much as possible to not have the concessions be so expensive, or even the memorabilia, but I guess it is what it is, and people are still willing to pay that much just for a game. And it can be worth it in the end, because you have fun, you get the experience, you get to see a live game, and spend it with family or friends, or just your little family. But I don't know, they should somehow find a way to find money in a different way, but not charge their fans, basically almost an arm and a leg just to go see, their team play.
Yeah, completely agree. So, with that said, I completely agree. I don't really know the whole scope of the finances and everything for the owners, but, I think those TV deals say a lot. They got a lot of memorabilia they sell. If anything, jack up the price of the memorabilia and keep it there. But let's try to keep those things, let's try and keep those concessions a little bit lower, because you're there for 3 hours. You gotta eat something. You gotta drink. It's kind of messed up because it's like a trap. No, So unless you literally refuse to eat or drink anything for 3 hours while you're sitting there, sometimes in the hot sun, it's not right. It's really not. Even if you're not in the sun, your throat can get dry. Like, it's not fair. So overall, I believe that, maybe some of those TV deals or something, they should be charging more for those TV deals. Like, in a sense, like, they need something to happen, to help out. But as what it is, I just wanted to, it's our little 2 bits in there, and that is that. So, with that said, that's actually it for tonight's show. Like I said, a little bit of a short show, but it's been fun. But, like we said, a little shorter tonight. But it has really been a great guy. Another great one with Big Taryn for stopping by today, of course, in the chat room. And we know it's a little bit late, so, of course, not a lot of live listeners. But hopefully all of you enjoyed it. And for all of you enjoying it on the podcast version, we thank you so very much. Ups to our sponsors, Legacy Financial, as well as SoCal Warriors, team I play for, of course, and the team that is helping pay the lights here, pay the bills here at IE Sports Radio. So with that said, y'all, that's going to do it for tonight's show. It has been a fun one, and there you have it. So next week we'll be on Saturdays. We'll be switching things up, of course. The work schedule, Cecilia and I both start next week at different jobs. I've still my other one, so we got that going on. Lots and lots of home. Cecilia is on the home stretch, y'all. Can we please cheer her on? She is on the home stretch. She's got something where she gets her 2 certificates to become a preschool teacher, and she is awesome. So she is hard towards it, and I just commend her so much. She is amazing. So lots of great things coming, but time stretches a little bit, so we will now be on Saturdays. I want to say 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, but there you have it. So with that said, do you have any last thoughts for tonight's show?
Thank you for tuning in. Take care, be safe, and stay healthy.
Please do, y'all. This has been a great one, a fun one, and please stay healthy, stay safe, and we definitely want to see you back next week, and we appreciate all for stopping by and tuning in. Big shout out to everybody who have been listening and showing us love, and we really appreciate you guys so much for listening, and some listeners here. So we appreciate you all so very much. We will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. As always, let's